Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's make sure that we open up that waiting room. Let the people who are here live with us in so that they can enjoy the show. And folks, if you're watching on one of the live streams, whether it's a live right now or a replay, you are welcome to join us here on Daily with Doc and Becca by going to dailywithdoczoom.com. Again, dailywithdoczoom.com or zoom.dailywithdoc.com. We are live Monday through Friday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific time. So if you're in Mountain, that's 1 to 2, Central 2 to 3, Eastern 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. And if you're beyond that, ask your favorite search engine, what time is it in my time zone? Of course, say what your time zone is when it is 12 p.m. Pacific time. And you'll find out the time that we will be here for you Monday through Friday. So folks, today I am super excited. And before I get to where I'm super excited, this program is meant for educational purposes only. It is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician, nor are the products meant to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. But folks, there's a whole lot of diseases that are not attached to a quote unquote medical term that we are looking at today. Now, one of the things that I'm super excited about is being able to share a product line that is, well, I'm going to let the people themselves share more about the product line. But the results that I have seen in those that I work with, especially those who have paralysis of their intestinal tract, who have severe stomach issues or have had surgery to help them lose weight, these products are a game changer, folks. So if you were invited by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them. They took the time and cared enough about you to share this program, and they are your point of contact. So get back with them, tell them thank you. And as you are listening, take some little notes to remind yourself of the things that you want to ask that individual about so that you yourself can start a better health journey. Now, this program is a resource for an amazing community, a community of health coaches, certified holistic health coaches, practitioners of all different modalities within the medical field, whether it's the traditional medical or alternative, it does not matter, folks. Our bodies are designed to need nutrition. We were made up of more than 90 essential different nutrients within our bodies. And those nutrients are still required to be able to maintain good health. So if you've been deficient for a long time, it's not too late. Let's get you on the right track with a complete nutritional program that the body can actually absorb. And today's program is going to be, like I said, a game changer for those who have had other programs that may not have been right for them. So today we're going to be talking about the Biometics line. This is a product line that has been acquired by the parent company, Youngevity, who found the value in this company to bring it under their umbrella. Now, folks, there's no reason to recreate the wheel whenever you find something that is a gem that may have been hidden or not, but it's a gem that needs to be shared with the world. So I can't think of a better team to bring to Daily with Doc than the two gentlemen that we have on with us today. One of them started with the company when he was 26 years old and has helped in so many different avenues of building this company behind the scenes as a distributor in marketing. And he continues as a brand ambassador here with the Youngevity company for Biometics. He even got to the stage where he became owner after the original owners got to an age where, hey, they wanted to turn it over to somebody younger as they advanced in age. So why not turn it over to somebody who knows it so well? Now, Chris Sanchez is that individual, and he's going to be sharing more information about the product line with us. He is a 5-star within the Youngevity family of distributors like I am. And I'm excited that he has taken time out of his busy schedule to join us today. Now, the next gentleman that we're going to be having with us is also a 5-star with Youngevity. He has been with the Biometics program a long time, and he has some amazing information to share as well, including how this program has helped individuals who have had digestive surgeries to help them lose weight. So without further ado, I'm going to bring to the screen with me Mr. Chris Sanchez and Mr. Frankie Pulley. And there they are. Hello, Chris. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Frankie, welcome to Daily with Doc. Thank you so much, gentlemen, again, for taking time out of your schedule, because I know this product line is near and dear to your heart.
Oh, yeah.
I am finding so much value in it. In fact, I have been on many of the products, including the OsteoFlex Plus, or is it the FlexiCare? Sorry, FlexiCare Plus. I got to get these names right. The Bio Alert, the Biofuel, just amazing, amazing products. And I want to share them with the world. So, Chris, why don't you start us off? Tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll move to Frankie, and then we'll just do some dialogue back and forth about the products and how they're formulated and why this formulation works so well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you, Becca. I appreciate you giving us a couple of minutes of everybody's time here today.
Oh, absolutely a pleasure.
Yeah, so Biometics was founded in 1993, and as you mentioned, I was 26 years old at the time. And of course, when you're 26, you think you're going to live to be 126, and just feel great, go all day, not worry about energy or digestion or anything like that. But what I found was when I got started on these products, it really wasn't when I took them I felt different. It's when I stopped taking them I felt different. I didn't know if it was for real or not. So having been on the products for a couple of weeks back in the early days, I decided, well, I don't know if this is true or not. I hear all these great stories, but what's it really doing for me? And I can tell you, when I stopped taking the products, I really felt the difference. It's like, I liken it to when you wake up in the morning and you open up the blinds and the sun comes in. Well, that's the way I felt like when I took the products. But when I didn't take the products, those blinds didn't open up very well. And so that was really the first aha moment that I had, that this stuff really was working. It wasn't some placebo effect or anything like that. I knew in my heart, because I could tell the difference in me, I could feel the difference in me, that it was actually working. And this is even before I really understood the science. I was brought in to run the operations of the company with not a lot of background actually in nutrition. But what I came to realize is this was changing lives, and not just a few. I mean, thousands and thousands of people. We were in all 50 states in less than 9 months, doing $1 million a month. And that was back in the early 90s. And it was the time of my life. I had so much fun doing it. It was too good to be true. It was amazing. And I'll tell you, the second aha moment I had was when my wife was pregnant with our 2 boys. First one, Jack, he's 27 now. And my youngest baby's 23. Derek is 23. Now, if you can imagine, these kids have been on the products since conception because my wife took them all during both pregnancies. She had absolutely perfect pregnancies. She actually delivered both times on her due date, which I always thought was incredible. But what I came to realize is my kids would not be sick from school like a lot of the kids in class would be. They hated getting perfect attendance awards because they knew they weren't going to be able to miss school. But fast forward now, and my son Jack is a graduate of Boise State University, and he's working in real estate. My son Derek is about to graduate from Boise State with a degree in kinesiology, and they are the 2 happiest, healthiest people that I know. And I owe it all to the products. And it just was something that I think made such an impact on me, that my wife could have such great pregnancies, that she's healthy, and that my 2 beautiful boys could grow up to be such great kids.
Oh, absolutely. That's fantastic. So I love those aha moments. And you had mentioned how you didn't really notice a difference when you're on them, but when you stopped, you certainly knew the difference. And there's so many different supplement programs that don't have that.
Well, you know, I ask people all the time, do you ever feel different from taking your nutrition? And I'd say 95% of the people that I talk to, they're not familiar with Youngevity or Biometics, say, are you supposed to feel it? Are you supposed to feel any different? And I'm like, absolutely, 100%. Whether it could be digestion or whether it's energy levels or a lot of other things, sleep habits. Yeah, for people to not know that they're taking something and not feel it, to me, it's not worth it. There's no reason to do it.
No, I totally agree. I did decades of supplementation and never felt a difference. I got on the Youngevity program and oh my goodness, I felt a difference. And then adding in those biometics, when I've learned about them, it's just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you know, we've been 90 for life now for over 10 years. So we've been a big part of Youngevity since literally January 2014. And it's been such a great relationship, of course, with Doc being on our side and him promoting all the different aspects of what it is like to live a healthy life with great supplementation, specifically minerals as well. And then the part that we play amongst all those great products that Youngevity
Recording
has.
in progress.
And then I'm being able to complement and also help people that may have issues that they have come to believe that our products are effective for them for a very specific reason. And we can get into that in a little bit here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that. It's exciting how Youngevity has found these companies that have so much to offer that fall in line with what they have, but maybe are filling gaps of what they didn't have. And I see that as being one of the things that Biometics has definitely done. Now, Frankie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am 63 years old come Thursday, and I started using products when I was probably 34, I think, in 1997. And my wife actually bought the products and got started on them with our son, who was 10, and he had extreme attention problems in school and learning disabilities. And so he was not eating very well. So we wanted to make sure that he got nutrition, and she happened to hear a friend in her gift basket store talking about how she felt. And so Teresa bought 2 months supply of those products, and her and my son took them. And in 3 days, we had a different kid, and his Sylvan Learning Center tutor called and asked if we had increased his medicine, and his teacher called the same day afternoon and asked what we had done differently with him. He was so much more serious. Well, I know there was no placebo effect, but a 10-year-old, and we could definitely tell the difference because he was coming down ready, brushed his teeth, and had his book bag. There wasn't a lot of arguing going on with my wife, and so I watched my wife and him take them, and then finally I started the products. And we talked earlier, I was on the SWAT team with the Raleigh Police Department, so we were no strangers to supplements. We took them by the handfuls and by the tubfuls, and anything to make you bigger, faster, and stronger. And I took these products one time, and I was at the gym, and I drank my first morning drink with the biofuel aloe and get going in it. And I got off the treadmill and I said, guys, you're not going to believe this, but I feel like somebody has took a sheet off my eyes. And they said, what are you talking about? And I said, it's hard to explain, Bo. I was not a distributor at that time. I was not selling the products at that time. I just knew what happened to me and my son and my wife. And so anyway, that's how we got started. And the family members and the friends and the co-workers that started these products, most of them still take these products to this day because they make a difference in how they feel. And it ended up shooting my income back way more than my police income. So in '99, I left and became full-time with Biometics. And then when we merged with Youngevity and become under that umbrella, that was just icing on the cake. So that's where I'm at now. I don't get sick. I feel good all the time, and I'm like an ever-ready bunny.
Oh, that's awesome. So I know with the Bio Alert, is that one of the products that you had started your son on?
Actually, at that point in time, that product had not been formulated. And so that was an additional product that came on board, and I saw huge differences with my shooting, with trigger control and squeeze. I was able to focus more on the target. And yep, that was, I still to this day take it every single day. I take the entire product line every day, except for one. I don't take BioNight very often because I don't have to work midnight shift. So I don't really have any issues sleeping.
That's absolutely fantastic. And we're going to be talking more about the individual products or some of the individual products. And folks, if you are joining us, thank you so much for taking time investing into yourself, as the information that you are going to be hearing today may be that missing puzzle piece, that missing link that you have been looking for to help you create a better health journey. Now, we are going to be doing some questions at the end of the show related to the show itself. So if you're live here with us and you'd like to ask us any questions, please make sure that you raise your hand. If you're out on any of the platforms like Facebook, Rumble, or YouTube, we do have some of our team watching those platforms to bring those questions into the show so we can get answers for those. Again, that's going to be related to today's topic with the Biometics line with Chris and also Frankie. Now, for those who are just finding this program on your own, there's nobody to thank. We do have a call team available. 855-949-3377. We are getting all of the Biometics products added to our website at dailywithdoc.com, and I'm excited to be able to share with you these products because it doesn't take a whole lot. And we're going to be talking about, how to take the products too, gentlemen, if you don't mind, as we're going through today's show. So, Chris, let's talk about formulations. What makes this product line special and a game changer?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the concept, the idea, the whole point of Biometics coming into existence was we knew there was an awful lot of products out there. Remember, the early 90s was, to me, somewhat of the Wild West as far as nutrition goes still. And so what we did is we decided to create a line that would be highly absorbable by the body. Some of them more difficult to absorb nutrients, to convert them into a form that would allow the body to process and assimilate them very quickly. And the reason that's important is because, you know, you've seen stories, you've heard stories, or perhaps you have your own experience in people taking handfuls of supplements and basically just going down the toilet essentially because the body's not able to absorb it or utilize it. And so what was created was a micellization process. And a micelle is a tiny little, your body actually creates micelles out of certain nutrients in your body to make them easy for the body to absorb and utilize. So we do that in the formulation. And essentially it's a nanoparticle. So we'll take these large macronutrients, especially the fat solubles, like for instance, vitamin A, beta carotene, something like that. And we will make them very, very small as far as particle size goes. As a matter of fact, about 20 times smaller than a red blood cell. And we do a little fun little video. If you ever go to our website, biometics.com, our standalone website, there's a video on there of me pouring our cornerstone product, which is biofuel. It's a multivitamin, pouring it into a styrofoam cup. And what'll happen is over the period of about 60 to 120 seconds, because of the particle sizes being so small, it'll actually pass through the walls of the styrofoam cup, and you'll see them bead on the outside of the styrofoam cup. So it's a little magic trick we used to do at meetings and show people exactly how small the particle sizes are. So if those particle sizes are able to be absorbed by the walls of a styrofoam cup, you can imagine that your body's able to absorb and assimilate those. So you're getting more of what you're bringing in, and the body's able to utilize more of what you're taking in to affect a change. And so many times we hear about people with food allergies or compromised digestive systems. And so we're all organic, we're all a little bit different. So some people may be able to absorb and utilize things much more efficiently than other people can. Where we found a lot of great success for people that do have those compromised digestive systems, or maybe they have food allergies, or maybe they have some reason why the body's not operating at its optimum level, and we help them be able to absorb those nutrients that are much more difficult for the body to absorb.
And I saw that video. That was quite impressive. You know, usually styrofoam cups, you put water in it, and the styrofoam itself doesn't even break down in the environment. And to have the product actually go through and see those little beads, and then to the point where it starts to drip down through from the cup. So that's absolutely fantastic, folks, for each and every one of us. As our digestive systems, our intestines, the lining of our stomach, all of that, it's not styrofoam. It's made to absorb. So if it's going to absorb through or leach out through styrofoam, think about how much more you're getting into your body and then into your digestive system or into your bloodstream. I love it. Absolutely love it. So that's the formulation. Now, I want to make sure that we have all of the products, especially the foundation, the ones that started Biometics, on our website with all the information that Youngevity has provided as well. What are the core products? If you had somebody that they're perfect health, no concerns, what would be the core products that they would want to take in order to maintain that?
Right. So we do have many different types of products. As Frankie mentioned, we have everything from energy drinks to sleep aids, mineral supplements to joint health. And they all benefit, the liquids all benefit from this micelle technology. And there's reasons why in that form they're going to benefit the body. But there is one cornerstone product, as I mentioned, that is our biofuel, which is the multivitamin. and it does have antioxidants in it as well. Antioxidants are some of the more difficult to absorb nutrients, as well as vitamins A, D, E, beta carotene. All of those things are difficult for the body to absorb. So what we've done is we put them in the right combination, in the right amounts, and in the right form for the body to be able to utilize those. So I get people that take Biofuel, which is our multivitamin, and all of a sudden they've lost weight and they don't know why that's possible. And what we found is that when you're delivering an effective nutrient to the body can release certain things because they're getting satisfied from a nutrition standpoint. They could lose cravings for sweets. They could toenail fungus goes away. It's pretty amazing when you have an effective nutrient in the body, what the body can do for itself. And everybody, regardless of what their goal is or what they want to have achieved through supplementation, should be on a multivitamin, and ours is Biofuel, which is a great complement to the 90 for Life. You've got a lot of the components in 90 that are in our Biofuel product. But what we like to do is, with that multivitamin, we have a digestive support product called Aloe Plus. And Aloe Plus, it's aloe, just like you'd put on your exterior, your skin. This aloe is to drink. And what we found is it does a lot of things. If you have issues, digestive issues, it can help soothe and calm and even solve some of those issues for you by drinking the product. It also helps softens the lining of the tissues of the stomach and helps with digestion of anything that you're taking. So any of the Youngevity products or any of the Biometics products that you're taking, Aloe Plus is going to be a great complement to that because it's going to allow for great digestion of whatever it is that you're taking. And then the third product I'll talk about, and Frankie, you can probably weigh in here after this. I'm pretty sure you started on the same 3 I did when I was 26. And the third product is a product called Get Going Plus. And Get Going Plus is a powder. And I take all 3 of those together. I actually take a bunch of stuff together, but those 3 mix really well together. You got like a tropical flavor, you got a peach flavor, and you got a honey apple cinnamon flavor. So taste is phenomenal. But what the Get Going Plus does, it's a tyrosine product with a bit of niacin in it. And it is an amazing product that can benefit people in a number of ways. For me, it gave me great energy all day long. I take it in the morning, 2 scoops in my little cocktail drink, and I'd be good all day long. And that's the product that I missed the most when I stopped taking them for a couple of weeks, because I realized I wasn't as energetic and I wasn't as charged and I wasn't as good to go. So for me, it gave me energy. For somebody like Frankie's son, Justin, it did the exact opposite thing, which was pretty incredible. Frankie, why don't you talk a little bit more about Justin's results and how you got there and a little bit of his success?
Well, we started on these cornerstone products, the 3 that we've just gone over, to Get Going Plus, and which is, like he said, the B vitamins with niacin and tyrosine. And that tyrosine crosses the blood-brain barrier, and which causes the production of serotonin. And that's, I think, in my opinion, the kids that have attention spans are burning their B vitamins so rapidly, and their brain chemistry gets off balance. So when we added that to Justin, it was exactly like giving him what he took for his attention. And it was crazy. So he took this product at school with him. And he was in the 5th grade. So this was a long time ago. And he did it all through high school. And it made a huge difference, got him through school. But I think, I live in a fairly rural neighborhood and a community. Those 3 products right there, and yes, some people ruled it out, said it was too expensive or what have you, but I sold this to people that were on Social Security that hardly had 2 pennies to rub together. And they made a way because they wanted the results more than they wanted to rule out something. I mean, it's only, if you just took these 3 products, it's probably $3 a day at the outside most. So it can be affordable. And that's the way I looked at it. And yes, some people did say no, but I will never, ever go a day without this. And my kids, when they went into college, they stopped taking the products like college kids are going to do, because they know And I said, that's fine with me. I cut the auto ship off, and it won't but a few months. And here they call back saying, can you send me my vitamins? They stopped coming. I said, yeah, you stopped taking them, you know? So, yep, I'm human and my kids are human. But I know now I will never stop taking these products again. They've made that much of an impact in my life.
Yeah, I always like to compare Frankie's story to my story because of, Justin's experience on the Get Going Plus specifically was so different from mine. We hear about nootropics now. That's a popular buzzword, I think, in the industry that people talk about. And this product was developed back in the early '90s, and I'm convinced it was way ahead of its time as far as brain chemistry. We have a psychologist, Frankie knows also, Dr. Russell Thomas, and he wrote a book about his clinical studies and these specific products in his practice and what it meant for people who have attention issues or a lot of other mental issues, to be honest with you, and how much you can affect brain chemistry with an amino acid like tyrosine, especially when it's being absorbed by the body and the brain's able to do what it needs to do. He told me it was like, for Justin, his gas pedal was stuck on the floor. And so Justin, when he was not taking, this product or any of the drugs they were giving him too, his gas pedal was wide open and his brain couldn't relieve that. So he was just full tilt the whole time. And then what happens when you give your brain this kind of supplementation, nutrition, and it feels like, okay, wait a second, I can slow down now. I can actually take that gas pedal off. And so that's what his brain did. Justin took, 2.5 times the servings that I was taking every day just to kind of get his brain back to where it needed to be. And then he slowly came down off of that amount. I took 2 scoops. I think Justin was up to about 7, wasn't he, Frankie?
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
And then he was able to wean himself off it.
He took 3 scoops in the morning, 3 scoops at school, and then 2 scoops after school for homework. I mean, we only take 2 scoops in one day, and he was taking that much. You would think he was climbing the ceiling, but he was not. We had that figured out, but it was a process of, trying and backing off and starting this, so it didn't we just knew right away to do what we did. We had to figure it out.
Yeah. Russell Thomas wrote a book called Turbocharged Childhood, and it's actually
Turbocharged Childhood.
Yeah, it's available on Amazon. If you ever want to see what basically their case studies, their clinicals that he did with all his patients and the Biometics products and what effect he had with them. And he got Justin back to where he was able to take a normal dosage, which Becca brings up a really good point that people might be asking themselves, and that's about safety. And one of the benefits of being in a micelle form is you're creating a water-soluble system. So the body is not storing any of these nutrients. It's not getting toxic levels of any of these nutrients. The body's able to utilize them to its fullest. And what we have found actually, and this was patented when we originally patented the process, is that we have 3 to 5 times the assimilation and absorption of a standard form supplement. So 300 to 500% increase in absorption. So if you're used to taking 500 milligrams of something, we can affect the same change with 100 milligrams of something. So it's very effective, cost effective, but most importantly, it's safe. And I think that I was very comfortable giving my pregnant wife and my children every day of their existence these products, and they took them every day. They continue to still take them every day today. And I'm going to be 58 on Sunday. Frankie and I our birthdays are 5 days apart.
Real close.
So, having been on them more than half my life, I can tell you I can't go a day without them.
Tell me that name of that book again and the author.
Turbocharged Childhood, and it's Dr. Russell Thomas. It's a short read. It's maybe 100 pages, something like that, Frankie. It's not a big book.
No, it's not. No, yeah, maybe 300 pages probably. So.
Yeah, but it's some great content.
Well, and that definitely is one that I'm going to be adding to my library as well. Because folks, that's the one thing about knowledge. You never want to stop learning. And especially when you have the brain capacity to learn and the body is just benefiting from what you're taking in physically through supplementation, It's also going to be able to take in information and hold on to it and share it with others. So if you're hearing anything that just really flips that switch as to you wanting to be able to, one, try it, but two, share it with others, make sure that you get back with the person that shared this program with you. Like I said, they cared enough about you to share it. So care enough about them to get back with them, say thank you, and let them know how you want to get started and become involved. We are part of a solution to a worldwide issue. Nutrition deficiencies affect the world around the world. And that is what it absolutely does. And that's one thing I love about Youngevity and getting majority of these products available. And sometimes we have to use creative methods to get them there. But folks, where there's a will, there is a way. So Frankie, share with us a little bit as one of the things as a coach and I'm working with individuals that have some major digestive things going on, even have had surgeries to try to correct these issues, whether it's part of their digestive system being paralyzed, whether it's having to have parts of the intestines removed for whatever reason, whether it's somebody that's wanting to lose weight, so they decide to go a surgical route. Sometimes their systems are messed up so bad that they can't handle as much liquid as it takes to take, like the tangy tangerine, which I absolutely love the tangy tangerine. But the Biometics line have solutions to help individuals. And you shared a story with me about a person that was, basically having some of the things I just mentioned. So Frankie, can you share that story with us?
Absolutely. Biometics had a health professional council, and one of the gentlemen on the council was a poultry science head at NC State University. So very, very smart fellow, has over 20 some patents in his name. And he knew the importance of this micellization process. Well, so he started taking the products. His wife just had gastric bypass. This has all been many years ago now. And so she thought she wasn't able to take them. She thought she had to take the pills that her doctor, they were chewables that her gastric bypass doctor gave her. And so he said, no, take the biofuel, the multivitamin. And she started out with a very small amount. Being liquid, you can start out with a very small amount. And she built her way up to a full adult serving and made all the difference in the world. Then she was able to put in the aloe, which helped with the healing and the digestion of her enteric gut. And that made all the difference. She couldn't start out with that one right away because it has some fructose in it. And so sugar and that surgery has bad effects. So, but she now takes the whole product line and has no problems. It's been a long time now coming. So,
and she was able to lose weight?
I say what now?
She was able to lose weight, the whole purpose of the surgery?
Oh my gosh, she's slender now. She's I guess she probably weighs 135 pounds, and she was probably 280, 300. I don't know how big she was actually.
So she's been able to keep it off.
Maintain it. She does not have issues. She don't have digestive issues. She don't have weight issues. Yeah, and it's been forever. I mean, it's literally been years and years.
Yeah, so she had a volume issue. She had a challenge. She would have what's called dumping, and she couldn't have a lot of. And boy, I'll tell you, everything's compromised when you have that bariatric surgery, that process, and so the amount of food or drink that she could take in was very small, and because the biofuel is a liquid concentrate, like Frankie said, you could start out very, very small, and that's what we do with kids as well. You can monitor and moderate the dosage to fit every need there is. And Frankie mentioned fructose. We actually removed the fructose from the products now, so that's probably why she takes them all, Frankie.
Yeah.
Okay. good to know. Absolutely. Because I have a lot of people that have a concern with fructose where they don't want to take it. So Biometics, they don't have fructose in any of them.
There is fructose in the Get Going Plus. It's a crystallized honey apple cinnamon, and there's some fructose in that product. But it's not high fructose corn syrup. It is the same fructose you get in fruits and vegetables. As a matter of fact, there's much less fructose in our products than you would get from eating a piece of broccoli or a carrot.
Wow. Okay, that's a big difference. And a lot of people will get that confusion when they see fructose. Automatically it flips that trigger, high fructose corn syrup. No, we don't want that, folks.
No.
But it is different because it is, like you said, it's sugars being taken from fruits and vegetables.
Yep.
But even then, we want to limit that where we can.
Yeah, and that's why there's a small amount of it in there. And fructose is actually very low on the glycemic index, so it's not going to cause insulin spikes or anything like that. And again, it's not high fructose corn syrup. It's not processed. It's the same stuff that you find in fruits and vegetables.
That's absolutely fantastic information, folks. I hope you're listening. And if you are taking notes or not able to take notes and you're here live with us, I hope you have that chat in there where we don't have our normal Marilyn with us. We have AJ who's putting the notes into the chat. He hates it when I mention his name, but doing just a great job in doing some transcribing and putting in those key notes so that you can go back and look things up. If you're here live with us and somebody shared this program with you, and even if you didn't, and you hear something that really sparks an interest, or like I said, flips that switch for you, you can turn that chat on, scroll up and down, take a screenshot of the information that's shared about that, and take that to the person who shared this program with you. Like I said, if there's nobody that shared the program with you, feel free to give our call team a call at 855-949-3377, as we do have a team of certified holistic health coaches. I think all of them are on the call with, almost, not all of them, but most of them are on the call with us that answer that. So they're getting this information as well. Now, anything that you think is really like on the cusp of society's concerns that the Biometrics line or specific product is an answer, a solution, where we can't say that the products diagnose, treat, cure anything, but folks, you're hearing that these are absorbable, like even at small amounts. What is something that either of you can think of that might really wake people up?
Yeah, well,
I can tell you, my wife has had a blood disorder for way before Biometics. So back in 1990 is when she was diagnosed. Well, it turned into blood cancer last year. So she had to have a bone marrow transplant last July. And the transplant went great, but she had every complication that you could ever think of. And I won't go into all the complications, but they were quite serious, where she spent 237 days in the hospital at UNC hospital. And but she's out now. But during this time, as she was recovering, she had to have a bone scan. She had a bone scan, and you would think she hasn't been able to take the product since July the 14th of last year. And she had that bone scan. She has the bones of a 34-year-old. Even with the bone marrow transplant and all that, it is because of this CalMag 100, one of the most inexpensive products that we have on the product line. And it's the calcium, magnesium, and zinc that your body needs to do many things other than just bone health, but rest and relaxation at night and things like that. So I would say that was a very important product that is very overlooked sometimes.
Well, not in Dr. Wallach's world, right?
Right.
He's huge in minerals, and so I think he'd be the first one to say you got to get your calcium, your magnesium, your zinc, your vitamin D3, and the way that I think that people can benefit from that is to make sure they're in the right combinations, the right balance, the right amounts. You have to have ratios between, because calcium requires magnesium for it to work, and vice versa for it to be absorbable. And one thing I know that Teresa has taken that CalMag religiously every day, as I do. I think overall, it's probably the number one reason why I'm not suffering from stress as much as I would if I was not taking that supplement, which is probably the biggest challenge we have as a society today. And I know a lot of people who are listening to this are going to say, of course, minerals, of course, it's a no-brainer. What we've done with the CalMag 100 product is we took calcium carbonate, and we combined it with citric acid so that when you mix it with water, it becomes calcium citrate in the proper pH, and it gives off the CO2 gas. So when you put a scoop of it in water, it fizzes. And that fizzing reaction is converting the calcium carbonate to calcium citrate. It tastes exactly like Tang. If anybody's old enough to remember what Tang tastes like, it's that orangey breakfast drink. That's exactly what it tastes like. And people take it all different kinds of ways. But one thing we always want to recommend is that you let it fizz in the water by itself before you mix anything else in it. And that way that reaction's occurred and it's in the right pH, it's the right combination of things, and then you can drink it. But that is one of the things I take at night before bed. It helps relax my muscles, calm my nerves, and get me prepared for sleep. I'm sure a lot of people take it throughout the day. I also take OsteoFX in the morning, by the way. So that's my little routine that I do, and I know I've got my minerals in place. And like Frankie tells you, it's obviously it's important for the bone density for sure.
So we have a couple questions in regards to the CalMag. One of them is, can you drink it warm?
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason not to. I mean, warm is better than hot, obviously, because you don't want to destroy any of the cook the nutrients out of it. But yeah, no, I don't think there's any reason why you couldn't drink it warm. You also just want to make sure it stops fizzing, and you can hear it; it'll stop fizzing. So.
Okay, and then in regards to the Biometics line in general, do any of them have the essential fatty acids? I know you mentioned vitamin A and E.
Right. As far as omegas, no. That would be something that you'd supplement with on top of ours. That is one of the things that we always recommend. I like fish oil, and supplementing with fish oil, specifically Youngevity's, is the way to go for that, for sure.
Okay, so and that would be the EFA plus, the ultimate EFA, the multi-EFA, for those of you who want to do something that's smaller using primrose rather than fish. But as he mentioned, fish oil has something that plant oils do not, and that is very beneficial for the body. But because of preferences, I love the fact that Youngevity does have options for that.
Absolutely.
Let's go to, yes. Did you want to add anything, Frankie?
No, I was going to go on to the BioAlert.
Go for it.
All right. Well, the BioAlert is another B vitamin, a little different than the B vitamin and Get Going. It's a complex B, and the main one is choline. And choline is an extremely important product for kidney, liver functions, and also sending signals from the brain to the rest of the body. And so you really see a difference. Like I told you earlier, that my shooting got better at work on the range, and as well as other people had told me how well their golf game had improved because they were able to focus on the ball and striking it. And I didn't play golf, so it didn't matter to me. But I just know that this is another product that is extremely, extremely important. And I can tell you that Dr. Forquette has he offers it to his kids that are in their PhD programs at state during exams to help them focus through exams. It's a big product.
Awesome. Very, very good. And Chris, I saw you reach for something else. Did you have something else you want to talk about?
Well, that's the Bible alert. What he was talking about. It's 1,000 milligrams of choline. Choline is another one of those nootropic products that we've had in the line for years, but recently has become very trendy. And it helps strengthen the synapses, those neural impulses, those passageways that connect your brain with the rest of the body. So it's a very, very effective product. You'll feel it when you take it, which is something that we want to talk about. Because if you take Get Going Plus, or if you take the combination of Get Going Plus and BioAlert, see if I got it backwards here, you could get a niacin flush. And if you're not familiar with what that is, it is a dilation of the corpuscles of your skin, essentially. And it's actually a good thing, but it can scare you because you don't know what it is. And it feels like a sunburn on your neck. Some of the thinnest part of your body is your neck, and maybe in your elbows or behind your knees. My little boy used to say, I have red knees, Dad, I have red knees. And I had explained to him, it was just this reaction that can occur. It's completely healthy. It's one of the things that can kick toxins out of your body, to be honest with you. But I don't want anybody calling from the back of the paramedics that you're allergic to it, or you're having some horrible reaction. Just drink plenty of water, and within about 5-6 minutes, it'll be gone. And I think it's one of those things that if you've never felt your nutrition, you need to try it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, quick question. With the Biometics line, if you have somebody that has some heart conditions, what are the products that you have found or that were formulated that really helped with heart conditions? So like heart failure is one of the questions that's being asked.
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of products in the line that we no longer have. So I could talk a lot about some of the other things that we do no longer have. But what we do have, obviously, the CalMag 100 would be one of the first things. First of all, consult your physician regardless, and make sure you're talking to your doctor. But there isn't anybody in the world that can't benefit from taking the mineral supplement specifically for their heart as well. That's a critical product. And of course, the biofuel as well. You want to make sure you're getting proper nutrition and you're able to benefit from those two products specifically. We do have a product that Frankie was going to talk about called FlexiCare Plus. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so this was formulated as a joint health product, but it does a lot more than that. It's a great combination of glucosamine and collagen and MSM, which is a naturally occurring sulfur. And so it really was designed to reduce inflammation, to reduce pain, to provide the joint some nutrition that can benefit the strength of the joints. But again, things like collagen have been found to be very, very important to your overall health. So even if you're not suffering from a joint issue, you'd benefit from a product like FlexiCare Plus. And it's something I give my 87-year-old mom every day. She's doing physical therapy, and she can't live without it because it's a really great pain reliever for her, and it's something I know she's going to benefit from, her hair and skin and everything else she wants to take care of. So great supplement.
Now these are liquids. So once they're opened, do they require refrigeration?
They do not. Depends on preference. If you like it cold, put it in the refrigerator. If you don't have to put it in the refrigerator. So not necessary. It's something that I've actually changed over the years because I used to keep them in my refrigerator. But now I don't. And they're exactly the same whether you do or you don't.
That is very good news. So I have a few people that's one of their questions because they don't like things cold. And when it came to the things that had to be put in the refrigerator, they would pour it the night before, let it get to room temperature so they could take it the next day. So good news on that one. Let's go to AJ, who has his hand up. AJ, welcome to the screen. What questions do you have today for these gentlemen?
Hey, gents, thank you for joining us today. Yes, and I'm a CalMagger. I definitely
nice.
love my CalMag, and as far as the absorbability, and all of us who are health coaches learn about your products as a result of the health coaching course, Paul made it a point to mention the different products and the availability to help clients. The technology I wasn't made aware of until about a month ago, and I really started to share the products with a lot of other clients due to the technology. But the reason that I had shared so many of the products with clients was because of the cost. If you find that this is only $24 and you can have an amazing calcium magnesium supplement, and you can get the whole entire line of products, one dose a day for $153. I found that to be amazing. So I just think that, I know that there's extremely important technology involved, but I also just wanted to come on to emphasize to folks that you get a lot of bang for your buck with the Biometics line.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. And you think about it, at 3 to 5 times the absorption rate that standard supplements have, you're definitely getting bang for your buck. I was going to say, AJ, that's one of the things that people really like about CalMag is the price point, because it's sometimes difficult for people to afford everything that they want to take. And so if we can allow people to take more of a product because it's more cost effective, we're happy to do it.
Now, if you wanted to do the least expensive product that we have, the BioNight is not very expensive at all, $18 I think now. And it is a micellized form of melatonin, chamomile, and valerian. And you put it under your tongue right before bed when it's dark inside your bedroom, no television going, no disturbances, no lights flashing. And you put it under your tongue, let it sit. And I'm here to tell you, you will fall asleep. It's so powerful. I don't take it very often, but when I was a cop, I took it quite often. But now, if I'm traveling over the time zones and stuff like that, I'll take it. If I'm busy getting up, going fishing the next morning or something like that, I'll take it. You get a great night's rest, but do not wake up feeling groggy. You just, whether it be 4 hours of sleep you get, it'll be good 4 hours, or help you get 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah, so melatonin's an oil. It's a fat soluble. And so if you think about it, when you have a sleep aid, the last thing you want to have to deal with is it having to be broken down in your body. You want a sleep aid to work quickly. You don't want it to take time to have to be able to be absorbed by the body. And so having it micellized allows that to affect the body in a much quicker way as you assimilate it. And it's actually one of the things that I think people don't like about melatonin is that they wake up sometimes with a groggy or hungover feeling because the body didn't assimilate it very well. So it being a water-soluble form, I think it works very quickly, which is what you want. And you don't wake up in the morning with that hungover, groggy feeling at all. So what Frankie was mentioning is, your brain and light affects your sleep patterns. And so one of the things we always recommend is that when you take the BioNight product, you're in bed, you're ready for bed, you're ready to turn the lights off and go to sleep. You don't take it and watch TV, you don't take it and get on your laptop, you don't take it and get on your phone, because all that light is telling your brain it's not time for sleep, it's not time for sleep. It could actually have the opposite effect, as a matter of fact. So we want people to keep it in their nightstand. We want you to be prepared for sleep. Take 2 dropperfuls, put them under your tongue, turn out the lights, make sure it's as dark as you can have it, and close your eyes and go to sleep. And I'm telling you, it works like wonders if you follow those pretty simple steps.
And that's amazing. And just real quick before I go, and just to know, Dr. Wallach is on with us, and he is always appreciative of all you folks who and everything that you do. So I'll just tell you for him.
Thank you.
But then in addition, when you have folks, you just talked about the blood-brain barrier. When you just want to know your thoughts. If you have folks who are dealing with different cognitive issues, what recommendation might you make from the Biometics product line that might be helpful? I heard you say it earlier, but I just kind of want you to say it again. What might be something, the best optimal combination of products that you have that you might suggest a person use if they're dealing with some sort of cognitive issues?
To me, there's no doubt that the multivitamin biofuel, the Aloe Plus, helps with the absorption and getting everything going right away, and the Get Going Plus. That's called the Nutritional Energy Program. Lord, where's the front of this thing? There it is. And that would be one that I would start anybody out that's got those desires to get better cognitive health. And then I would, if they can swing it, throw into CalMag at night, because CalMag's taken at night. If you can relax your brain and let it relax and get a good night's rest, which magnesium does help with that, then you're going to see major differences, whether they're grown-ups or whether they're child.
Fantastic. And I know one thing that as I was going through and getting them added to the Daily with Doc website, is the Scholastic program, which I will be ordering today. And yep, so I have a son that I homeschool. We're going to make sure we get him on this program. I think that with it being the small doses, he's going to be more apt to not give. And you had mentioned your son was getting his backpack, getting ready, no arguing. Yes, that's what I want.
And I tell you, it was a chore too. I'm glad for my wife. Yeah, glad all that's behind us now.
Absolutely. All right, fantastic. And we do have one more hand up. We are at the top of the hour, but Rosemary, go ahead and unmute yourself. Do you have a question related to today's topic for these gentlemen?
Yes, I do. You mentioned the blood-brain barrier. My son recently married a young woman who has 2 children with autism. Is there any help with that?
Well, yeah, I would recommend you try to get a hold of that book, Turbocharged Childhood from Dr. Thomas. There's some great content in there, and he's able to speak of that much more intelligently than I am, because he's had all that experience. But yeah, as Frankie will tell you, basic nutrition can do some amazing things when you're delivering.
It really will.
Yeah.
I would, for autistic kid, a lot of times the alert is another game changer. But the 4 that I just mentioned earlier was a great program to start with for autistic kids. Generally, they don't like taste and things like that, so you don't push anything on them. Just try to get them to get it, and with some mixture of apple juice or grape juice or anything, just to see what they'll get it down with. That's always the struggle. But there was in Michigan named Christy Chrysler. She wrote a book because of the results of the Biometics products. She wrote a book called Autism: Recovery Against All Odds. And the results of her kid were absolutely amazing.
Well, the 2 of them are now talking about having a child. I want to ensure that their child doesn't have autism also. You
know, my wife did not take the prenatals her doctor gave her because she was on the Biometics products, and without the only thing we added was some additional folic acid. So I'd say that it's a great insurance plan for a healthy baby. One of the things that you want to do is communicate with the doctor, let them know exactly what supplements you're taking and all that good stuff. And ultimately, you have to make a decision with your doctor. But in my case, it couldn't have gone any better. And I think we all are concerned about the health of the fetus and having that beautiful baby born. And I can't support it enough to be able to tell you that that's something that I absolutely believe in 1,000%.
Thank you.
Awesome. Great question, Rosemary. And just as a kind of a recap to the 4 products that were mentioned, we've got the biofuel. There's the, is it the Get Going Plus? Get Go? I
Get
should
going.
have all these here. Get Going Plus, the Aloe Plus, and what was the fourth one?
CalMac 100.
Mag. All right, folks, get back with the person that shared this program with you. Tell them, hey, I want to try these Biometic products. As the products don't diagnose, treat, cure any disease, folks, the body itself can do some amazing things when it's able to absorb what you're putting into it. And as Chris has mentioned a few times, you're getting 3 to 5 times better absorption than you would of an over-the-counter supplement. Gentlemen, thank you so much, both of you, for being here with us on Daily with Doc, allowing us to share with the world this amazing product line that is under the Youngevity umbrella. So if you're already working with a coach or already have your account information, you can go and find those also on the youngevity.com website. If you have that information, you can also use the checkout in the store at dailywithdoc.com. Just make sure that you log in, keep all of your order history together. But folks, the most important thing, get started. If you've ordered it and it's still sitting in the box, it's not doing you any good. You've got to get it into the body and let your body do what it was designed to do. My name is Becca Dukes. As the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health and assistant to Dr. Joel Wallach, it is my honor and privilege to bring this information to each and every one of you. This information that is shared on this program is what helped me change my life to go from just barely surviving to thriving 100 pounds lighter. Folks, get back with the person that shared this program with you. And if I could get my co-hosts up with me, greatly appreciate that. Gentlemen, your information here is brilliant. Thank you again for being on the program with us and allowing us to help you keep this line of products alive. And they taste great. So for the kiddos that have issues with taste and texture, folks, this is probably that golden ticket you've been looking for. AJ, you have your hand up again?
Well, when they come back, we have to ask them about how to become a 5-star.
Oh, there you go. Yes. and I think it has to do with opening your mouth and sharing what it's done for you, right?
Unless they want to give one quick secret now.
Well, that's it. I mean, Frankie, it doesn't have a 3-foot rule. He has a 300-foot rule. Anybody that comes anywhere near Frankie, he's going to share a story. The other thing is that he had personal experience with a number of issues, obviously, that he could relate to people, and he speaks from the heart. So that's really what it takes, is just absolutely, having the ability to speak from the heart, putting other people's needs first, and that'll do it for you.
Absolutely. I love it. Well, today we have on with us as part of our co-host team that helped to keep this program running smoothly. We have Albert joining us from South Africa, who he had some great questions. He wanted to make sure that he knew what products were in powder form, because we are dealing with shipping. That weight is a factor as to what can and can't be shipped effectively, efficiently, economically to the different countries. And as Chris is holding up, the Get Go Plus and the CalMag are two of those products that are in powdered form. So thank you, Albert, for all that you do with the program. We also have Sherry, who's part of our technical team, getting this stream set up and going. Thank you, Sherry, who, as you can see from the certificates behind her, she is a coach that has been certified in multiple different programs. And Youngevity products were the missing piece for her coaching program, as she learned about them in our Certified Holistic Health Coach course. So thank you, Sherry, for being here with us. We also have Ruth Ellen Sanchez, who is my executive production manager, who is helping to get everything set up, including getting in contact with the guests so that we can bring this information right from the brand ambassadors and the individuals that know the product line best. So thank you, Ruth Ellen. She's also responsible for the marketing that went out on this program and putting together the graphics that you are seeing out on the streams and all the different platforms. So thank you, Ruth Ellen. And if it was,
question,
yes,
everybody wants you guys to come back. So I'm looking forward to scheduling that. Awesome.
absolutely. Yeah, we've got great call. Thank you, everybody. Can you guys come back and share more? Yeah, we definitely want you to come back and help us get this information out again, as this will be available at any time, folks. So you can find this and share it with others by going to any of our platforms, which it's the last person that's responsible for making sure that we have all these different platforms available, and that is AJ, who is our digital marketing director. So thank you, AJ, as we are available on Rumble, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, X. I always get to draw a blank. Spotify, iHeart, Amazon. I think we're on Amazon Music. We're on Apple TV, Roku TV, and I'm finishing up still Fire TV, and those Patreon. Just a handful of the different platforms that we are available on, so that we can meet people where they're at. Let us know where you're at. If you can put a comment, write us a comment. Make sure that you are subscribing and following us on these different platforms. You can look for Critical Health News as a channel, and or Daily with Doc as a channel on these different platforms. So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we're bringing more information to put in your toolbox to help you as an empowered individual make choices in your own health. We always recommend that you work with your primary care physician, as this is not taking their place, but as they see the importance of nutrition, that's part of what we're here, is to wake up a system that is failing others so that they too can be part of the solution. Again, my name is Becca Dukes. Thank you so much for joining us here on Daily with Doc, and for our live audience, you rock. We'll see you later. Bye for now.
Thank you, guys. Take care.
Gentlemen.
Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel